Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Circuit of the Americas for today's round 4 of the Off-Pace Motorsports GT3 World Series 23. It is obviously the prime motorsports event that's happening right at this second, so yeah, don't go looking into any other motorsports happening right now. Nothing's going on anywhere in the world. Don't worry about it. This is the key thing. This is something that you're going to be watching for the rest of the night. You're joining us for the last 7 minutes of free practice, and it looks like there is going to be a slightly reduced number of cars on the track today, as we're sitting here with 12 drivers connected. So this might be a bit of a lonely race for a lot of these drivers.
Yeah, it's most certainly very quiet, Kiki.
Yeah, it might be, and with that, I welcome Alex Robinson. Hello, how are you doing, my friend? How are you doing?
I'm very good. It is a warm day, but I could think of nothing better to do right now than watch Off-Pace Motorsports GT World Championship live.
Yeah, definitely the best thing to be doing with your evening right now. Speaking of the championship, have we got the season standing so far?
We do indeed. Starting with the AM class, Josh Wicks leads with 61 points. Dave White is in second, having DNF last week with 55. And Anders Talbach takes third well, he's joint second with Dave White, and then Eddie Yates in third with 50. In the silvers, Daniel Karofsky leads with 60 points. Chris White, 58, takes second, and Sam McCarthy with 54 slots into third. And finally, in the pro class, Matej Barnett storms into first with the previous 2 race wins at 66 points. Volkan Bakadan is in second with 54 points, and Tom Davidson equals him with 54 points, and Hakan Roholt just in fourth or third, I'm not sure, with 53. And those are our standings.
Well, I'm sure those are going to get mixed up significantly in the silver and pro classes. Definitely, it doesn't seem like there's going to be any mix-up in the AM class, as none of the AM drivers have apparently been invited to this event. Maybe the costs of moving the car too expensive to go all the way to Texas for a lot of these AM drivers.
Clearly. But they did sign up for a world tour, and I don't know what they expected.
Yeah. Oh well, it seems like we're not going to have a big group of AM drivers today, but that's not a problem for us. We're still going to have, I'm sure, plenty of action to talk about on track today. Speaking of the track, Circuit of the Americas, I think, is actually one of the longest tracks on ACC, and I have to say, one of my personal favorites.
Yeah, it is certainly a very unique track with all its different twists and turns, and I particularly enjoy the boot section of the track just because it has. Wait, no, I'm talking about the Americas. What am I talking about?
They're both in the States.
Track, really fun. Yeah, the America track. Okay, no, I particularly enjoy watching the cars go through the S's because it's always a very technical challenge for the drivers, and unlike a lot of S's at other circuits, I have seen quite a few overtakes there.
Yeah, I think you can get quite a decent amount of overtakes into the S's, and here we see Florian Damour actually going through the S's to demonstrate the line. And I think the big thing with these is they are slowing down. Each subsequent corner is slower than the one before, which allows cars to go side by side and allows for some nice action through them. It's always good to see.
Yeah, of course it is, absolutely. And it, like you said, adds that little extra challenge, allows the cars to stay side by side as they overtake, unlike if they're accelerating and trying to use the whole width of the track. Instead they're braking and trying to get that turn in.
Yeah, of course, still very tricky to get through them clean. COTA, one of those tracks on ACC that's very famous for people getting drive-throughs for track limits because of those S's. It's really easy just to dip your wheel off the curb on the inside or on the outside of any of those S's, and you're going to be picking up a track, speed token. 3 of those, and you're in trouble. 4 of those, and you're in with a drive-through.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen plenty of that going on in previous races. Drivers collecting drive-throughs. Some even had stop-and-go 30s.
Yeah, lots of stop-and-go 30s for exceeding pit speed limits. Some drive-throughs for track limits. All kinds of stuff happening. I think especially at Misano, if I remember correctly, that was another fairly popular track for collecting the drive-throughs.
Yes, so all our drivers definitely try and push the cars to their limits. And that includes racing up to the pit line at the limit of where they think they can brake, and many just go over it.
Yeah. And it is so easy to do, especially in some of the tracks which have really big braking zones before the pit entry. COTA, not really one of them. It's got a turn coming into the pits. It's you kind of have to slow the car down enough for the turn, and that sort of automatically gets you to the speed for the pit. So we're going to see if any of our drivers are challenging that pit speed limit. I'm going to be on the lookout for that through the race.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see plenty of it as Chase Goodall there finds the limit and goes over it.
Yeah, nice slide there from him.
Oh, another one. He's definitely having some issues with grip as the track today is unusually cool for Texas. It's at 19 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, 19 degrees Celsius, and it's 8 p.m., which is going to make it quite dark as well for the practice and qualifying, which also starts at 8 p.m. And then the race, 9 p.m. So we're going to be going into the darkness, and we're going to have some beautiful visuals, because I had a quick sneak peek, and the graphics around COTA at night are really something else.
I'm certainly looking forward to it. I'm also very much enjoying this onboard with Chase as he makes his way through the S's.
As it switches out of the onboard.
I mean, this commentator's curse is getting worse all the time.
Yeah, we're trying, well, I'm trying a new thing with an auto director to get us some better angles, so we're going to see if that works, or if we're just going to switch back to manual control sort of later in the race, when we get pissed off with it switching away from battles to people, Oh, and it's Lance Stroll going over a curb.
It's Lance Stroll sitting still in a wall. Yeah, I think it's doing okay so far. It's definitely giving a bit of variety.
Yeah, definitely a bit of variety. I quite enjoy how it gives you the alternative angles from inside the car as well. Some onboards, some of that stuff. But we're gonna see how it develops. We're gonna see if that's going to be something that we're going to be rolling with for more races.
Yeah, we'll certainly have to see how it goes. I'm interested to see how it handles qualifying, because of course we normally like to watch drivers that are on a fast-looking lap. So we'll have to definitely see how it prioritizes drivers. No offense to anyone, but if they're doing a plus 5.5 seconds and they've invalidated their lap, there's not much to talk about.
No, unfortunately not, and we're going to see, because right now it's got the choice of 2 drivers, Chase Goodall and Vyacheslav Bespilotov, and, yeah, I think we're going to have some issues with the
He's
entrance.
Not the only driver I've seen have an issue there. We could potentially see a few drivers completely miss the pit entry.
Yeah, I was having a quick look a little bit earlier as well, and it was I think Vyacheslav here missed the braking point and just ended up with the nose of his Mercedes buried into the Tech Pro barriers there.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Not what you want.
Definitely not what you want. Alright, and on to qualifying we go. It's going to be 20 minutes of on-track action. Of course, the lap here, quite long. Somewhere just over 2 minutes and 6 seconds for the fastest drivers. And the silver drivers will be somewhere in the 207s today, I think. But we're going to see how many laps people can get together, if we're going to see some good on-track action and or a battle for pole position.
And of course, our AM drivers will be doing a 99999999.
Oh yeah, all of our AM drivers. Yeah, they're the, just in case you're not sure, they're the ones in the on the left standings tower, the ones with the red number. Yeah, all of those.
All of them, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame because I know that we have at least, I'm sure we have one driver that drives for Team 404 Not Found. And even we can't find them.
No, Air 404 driver not found. That's definitely the case today. Perhaps it was an Air 404 time to race not found. Maybe maybe it's ran out of wife coin.
Wife coin, yeah.
Very, very notoriously difficult to mine coin.
Yes. Or wife. Well, we talk about speed tokens. We talk about wife tokens.
Yeah. Not sure how you collect them. I don't think going off track is gonna collect you many wife tokens. Actually,
No.
it might do.
Unless you're completely off the track and not in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
You might get some more.
Yeah, maybe doing the dishes instead. Then you're collecting wife coin.
Yeah. Of course, we, Kiki, have been accused of overlooking things in qualifying, and talking about trains instead.
Well, that's interesting. Because, you know, yesterday I went to Southampton and the train was taking me from Portsmouth Harbour. And what really fascinates me about that train station is that it's actually in the air over the water. Yeah, really interesting stuff.
I know what you mean. I used to work at Hilsea, and it's very interesting, you know, not realising quite where the bridge is that takes you. Because Portsmouth, of course, is an island.
Yeah. It's, I think, the most densely populated island in the United Kingdom, I believe.
Yeah, which of
something
course
like that
itself is an island as well. So
yes,
it's an island next to an island, and
I think it's also the only island to ever have won the FA Cup, I think.
Wow.
Which is a factoid that you'd never thought you'd hear from somebody who hates football.
No, I don't think I've ever heard that one before. We're just waiting for drivers to come round and set a time. Of course, the first one we'll be looking at is Sam McCarthy, who's conveniently come on screen as I said that. Thank you, auto camera, liking you already.
Magical timing.
Yeah, he's managed to sneak his way. He's currently in the silver class, and he's just coming round one more corner to go. He's currently on just passing 2 minutes.
Yeah, and the line comes up very quickly after that final corner, 206.5. And I think it's Imre Horvath slots into second with a 206.540. Sam still leading the leaderboard.
Yes, leading the leaderboard. Yes, that's what it's for.
Well, somebody has to lead the leaderboard.
Yeah.
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 Board of the leaders.
Yeah, it tells you in what order things happen. Talking of in what order things happen, a couple of weeks back I went to a steam railway, and
oh, fascinating.
Yeah, and of course they got a schedule, and they do steam and diesel, and then steam and diesel, and unfortunately I realised that when I got to the other end, the only way to get a steam train back was to get back on the train I just got off and
Oh.
go back. So, yeah.
Did you at least manage to catch the steam day on the steam railway, or did you get stuck in a diesel day?
Oh no, I definitely got a steam day.
Nice, yeah. There's something special about steam trains, isn't there? The plumes of smoke really add to the character of them. Diesel, not quite the same.
No, not quite. Not quite. Been on plenty of diesels. I don't go to a steam railway to go on diesels.
No.
And I don't watch racing to watch diesels either.
Yeah. The only time that I really want to be anywhere near diesel is when I get into my own car because, well, it's efficient, isn't it? So, yeah.
So they say. Yeah.
Yeah.
I own one as well. So they say.
So they say. Definitely saves on the old dollar, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I'm just keeping an eye on the lap times. We've got Hakan Roholt down to... He's got a 1.8... No, it's a 1.7 second delta.
Yeah, he's just now coming out of that technical sort of Mickey Mouse section into this long right-hander. Past some lasers in the concert field. In that long right-hander, there's actually like a stadium concert field, and whenever there's a race on, they've also got concerts on. Quite a cool thing to do for a racetrack as well. And across the line into 7th, 2:07.9. Hakan Roholt today definitely off the pace in his off-pace Motorsports Lamborghini.
That's no good. It's no good at all.
Hugo Holgado in to make his lap. He is in 10th with a 2:09.3. That is so far the slowest time by about 0.5 of a second. I'm sure he's going to be keen to improve on that. I have to say this autocam not really working for qualifying.
No, I mean it's quite cool watching, but yeah.
It is really keen on following Hugo Holgado, I feel.
So I had it running for a bit, and it's I think it tries to balance their position versus their screen time. And then just focus on someone and spread it evenly. But yeah, for qualifying, I just want to see the people who are setting fast laps.
Perhaps we'll take over manual control here.
Yeah,
Sam McCarthy through
Sam
the final quarter. That lap was invalid, unfortunately. Still stays with a 2:06.5. But he was about half a second quicker than that lap time. So yeah, he's on track to do some good. And Alex Nunez just pipping him to pole position, 2:06.1.
Yeah, he's chucked the sandbags out of the car and has now achieved pole.
Yeah. Oh, the first corner at COTA. The inviting uphill braking zone that really allows you to be aggressive on the brakes. You know, if you're going to run deep, you usually don't run too deep because the gravity is helping your braking efforts.
Yeah. Of course, you have got that really tight left-hand corner to make.
Yeah.
So you got to get real slow.
But also at the same time, the track really widens up as it sort of comes up to that first corner, allowing for a lot of cars to be going side by side, lots of different lines. Really magical.
And as we've seen before, allows the car on the inside to get elbows out and really shove the outside car off if they want to.
Yeah, and just to go, yeah, actually, I'm on the inside. Goodbye.
Yeah, it's my corner. Oh, is Nathan Misiak got in his engine? He's up 0.6. And he's just come down the first straight.
That must have been one hell of an exit out of the final corner there onto the... I'm confused. No, he is now actually in the technical section, around halfway through the track.
Yeah.
This is very confusing because both the long straights end in a sharp left-hander.
Yeah. And they both begin with sharp left-handers, so...
Yeah. In fact, there's just a whole lot of sharp left-handers around this track.
There is, and then there's long, swooping right-handers.
Yeah.
It's confusing. He's just not quite managed to secure that.
No, not quite. Just lost a couple of tenths in the final corner. Not quite. Not quite.
But he was fastest in section 1, which is no surprise. So he's just losing a bit of time through the second and third sections, and if he can keep up that amazing performance through the S's and the back straight, then he'll be onto a good lap.
Yeah, he's bound to be going up the... He's bound to be going somewhere up the standings. Sorry, I just got an important message there from somebody that I had to really quickly run away to reply to. But we're watching Christopher Kling. And I'm sure he's going to be ready to be setting a hot lap time. Because, well, he's not got one on the table just yet.
Yeah, well... A lap time's better than no lap time.
Yeah, definitely. Starting from 15th, not where you want to be.
Yes, and if his team Chris is faster than you, they're not going to be very impressed if he doesn't set a lap time.
Yeah, definitely not.
And of course the AM class, not doing so great.
No, still vastly empty. And Christopher Kling still with no lap time.
Ouch. Ouch. It's gotta hurt.
Yeah. Who's improving? Daniel Kurowski is improving through the S's right now.
In his Lamborghini.
In the Lambo.
Lambo's not doing so well at COTA, I'm noticing.
No,
it's all,
yeah, it's all sort of like falling down the order. Nothing too great. It seems the Porsche is doing quite well, and surprisingly, we've got a Mercedes at the top of the standings.
COTA will be pleased.
Yeah, Toto will be ecstatic about this. If they can't win in Canada, at least they can do it at COTA.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh. Right, so just have a typical Nunes, Horvath, McCarthy finish. A camber bot all over again.
Yeah. Nun Hormst. And no Mathieu Bernard this week either for in the McLaren, so yeah.
Yeah, very quiet turnout this week, unfortunately, which is a shame because, in my view, COTA is one of the better tracks to drive.
I absolutely agree with you, and out of that American pack, I have to say, Watkins Glen is a fantastic track. That is by far my favourite in that one. As Daniel Kurowski improved by about half a second, but does not change position. In 13th, and just got put into 13th by Christopher Kling, who's finally put together a lap, and he is in 4th. And, as I was saying, Watkins Glen, my favourite track from the American track pack for sure, but then COTA is a close second for me. And then somewhere in the distance is Indianapolis, and we don't talk about that. It's like the retarded stepchild of that track pack.
Yeah, yeah. It's a shame because like I really want to like that track, but at the same time, I think I just want to see a GT3 race on an oval.
Yeah.
I know it'd be stupid, but I want to see it for some reason.
It would be interesting though, just to see, because we've had NASCAR come to Le Mans now and do a not circle race, and they did quite well. So I wonder how GT3s would race at an oval. Yeah.
I have to say, originally I was quite against NASCAR in that kind of that way of you just drive around in circles. It's not very interesting, but I've seen more clips of it and kind of thought, actually, you know what? There is something to this. And seeing it do Le Mans was nice because it was kind of like, yeah, come do something a bit different in your
Yeah.
When are we going to see LMP prototypes doing ovals though? Because that I want to see.
That would be something. I think the hybrid system might struggle a bit with the recharging.
When do you brake? We don't brake.
What harvest?
Yeah. I imagine for that Le Mans race, they definitely had to look at their brakes.
Yeah, 100%. Christopher Kling from 4th to 2nd with that lap, just an improvement of about 0.3. Nice job. Yeah, I had a quick look at the car, and it had a massive aero package just stuck on it as well, just so that it could actually get through the Porsche curves without just spearing off into one of the walls.
Yeah. And lights, of course, as well. They have to have lights put on, I think.
Yeah. Hugo Holgado improving by about 1.3 seconds. He jumps Daniel Korofsky for 13th by that lap. So, yeah, he's going to be happy with that. This is something we're not used to, though. Hakan Roholt, currently sitting in P12. I mean, this is just about coming to his last lap. So this is typical Hakan last lap magic happening right here, probably.
Yeah. I wonder what... Oh, up into 7th.
Up into
That's
7th
not
for now.
bad.
Oh, he's still got one more lap to go.
Is he just gonna straight into another one?
I think it seems to be the case, because he is already improving on his last lap time. And as I say that, the delta goes red.
Hooray! It's struck once again. But I mean, Vyacheslav Bespilotov up half a second, halfway through section. Was that 2 or 3?
I want to say that's already Sector 3. Yeah, Sector 1 is just at the start, going towards the S's. Sector 2 is the S's all the way to the end of the back straight, and then the rest of it is Sector 3.
7th to 5th.
That's a nice jump for him. Yeah, good couple of tenths of improvement for Vyacheslav there.
Yeah, and we're just gonna look at Erwin Ichijima as he is up 2 tenths. All the speeds coming on now.
Yeah, the temperature, the track temperature, and the ambient temperature have both fallen another 2 degrees to 17. So I wonder whether that's adding some extra performance for the tires and the engines.
Could well do. But I thought normally when the temp goes down, it gets worse. Or has it gone up?
It has decreased by 2 degrees. I would be lying. Yeah, he definitely overcooked it if the temperature's gone down.
Yeah.
Good one. I love it.
Well, the flag's been shown, so whoever's on their lap now, this is their final lap, and there's 2 drivers that are in the green right now. Hakan Roholt, who just passes the line, goes up back into 7th, and Jordan Cotton, who's just slowly working his way up towards the long right-hand corner that takes forever to get round.
And he's through it. Yeah, that's just one of those corners that just takes forever. Through the final corner.
Where's it gonna be?
I think that's 2 positions, just beating out Hakan Roholt there by 0.002 of a second.
Congratulations, you are the fastest Lambo.
Yeah, great stuff there. So let's have a quick review of the 2 classes who are racing today. Or not, apparently, because ACC is refusing to tell me let me go back to the garage for some reason. Let's not worry about that. It is in pole, Alex Nunez, followed by Chris Kling, and then Imre Horvath, the 3 leaders for the pro class. Then Sam McCarthy in P3, but leading the silver class. Then Vyacheslav Bespilotov, with the number 2 man in 5th. And then Natan Mishak all the way down in 9th, leaving a bit of space to his silver class compatriots. But I'm sure that they're going to get closer together as this hour-long race at COTA is going to unfold.
Yes. I wonder if we'll see another incident with Alex Nunez this race, because of course he did struggle with losing his position in the last race.
Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully he's going to be able to keep a nice position, and I'm just slightly... It must be fine. Anyways, 1 minute to the start of the warm-up lap, or, you know, cool-down lap, depending on exactly how cold it is outside. I'm going to go get some water. I'll be right back.
See you in a minute. Five seconds.
2 seconds. And the engines are now on, and the formation lap can begin.
It's lights out and away we go.
And Max Verstappen wins the US Grand Prix.
I love that video. I can't remember where it's from. It could have been any race in like the last 4 years, where it's like, it's lights out and away they go. Lewis Hamilton wins.
I think it was when they did that, and they had the Hungarian Grand Prix where he was the only person who was actually on the starting grid as well. They're just like, and Lewis Hamilton starts the Hungarian Grand Prix on his own and wins.
That was a mad race.
Yeah.
I watched that live. That was mad.
Yeah, that whole season was pretty intense, I've got to say. Right now,
I mean,
a bit more of a snooze fest, to be honest.
yeah, as much as it ended in a really controversial way, I'll put it that way. 2021 was a damn good season for
Yeah,
watching.
absolutely. I've just noticed that, is it Tim Tweedy is in the pits. I wonder what's going
Wait.
on.
Okay. Hmm. Did he perhaps not qualify, or is he? Because he's right at the back.
I'm not sure.
Well, he'll be starting from the pits.
Oh, that was a good shot there for a second. Oh yeah. Look at the headlights of all of those GT3 machines down the back straight.
That's
Apart
pretty. Look at all those glowy lights.
Yeah, apart from Christopher Kling, who's just switched them off.
What's with all these orange flags?
Yeah. the team's on the radio just going, Chris, switch the lights on, and he's just like, I've just unplugged this plug. What's going on here?
We just switched them on.
Yeah. It's fine. He's got daytime running lights. That's adequate.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. As they continue working their way around, and very shortly they'll be going into a double file. Temperature, of course, has stayed at 17 degrees, so I imagine they're all sitting there looking at their blue tyres, going, oh, we can warm these up a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw some drivers sort of wiggling around the track, trying to get any sort of temperature into the tyres. Well, that might be something that's just going to happen in the first couple of corners, and it might make turn 1 and the first time through the S is really tricky as well.
Yeah, Alex Nunes has really taken away with the field as well, so all the drivers behind are having to catch up to him and then go double file. And here comes the start procedure.
Yeah, and through the final corner, and it's quite a long run to the start line, and not to the finish line, though that's right there at the end of the grid. But it is Alex Nunes leading the field. 70 k's an hour down the start-finish straight, approaching the line now, and it is green light, and away we go. And into turn 1, Alex Nunes still appears to be leading. He's going to be alone into turn 1, taking it away, and then it is Erwin. Oh, there's a couple of cars.
There's a bit of chaos going on there.
Jordan Kott got tapped around, and I think that was the Ferrari of Chris Kling who got tapped there as well. So that is very unfortunate for him. Let's see if we can manage to get a reasonable replay of that incident. Yeah, he just gets nearly turned around, but the one who's really suffered there was Jordan Cotton, who was fully doing 360s.
Not what you want on the first lap.
Definitely not.
At all.
The good news is Tim Tweedy, or is it Tom Tweedy, is actually on track now, so he is here with us. He's not having any weird bugs like we have seen at points.
Yeah, that was most unfortunate, that bug. Well, you guys keep crashing into me.
Yeah.
We didn't realise you were on track, mate.
Oh.
Well, that explains a lot. Daniel Karofsky moving up past Florian Damour.
Yeah, and Hugo Holgado taking advantage of that as well. Florian losing 2 positions there, coming into the technical section.
Still Just waiting for a leader to work its way around towards the end of lap 1 so we can start talking about timings.
And there we go. It has now been a full lap. That is Chase Goodall doing Lexus things, I think. Yeah, that is Alexis doing Lexus things.
He's definitely struggling with his rear end today. And Hugo Holt. Oh, big accident.
Oh, we're going to have to watch that on replay. Hugo Holgado, does he go deep on the inside? Oh, yeah, and just rams into the back of Daniel Kurowski there.
Yeah, it just looks like he tried to use too much of the hill and went too deep. And he's trying to think.
Yeah. Where the hell do I go? Where the hell do I go? Then he goes to the outside to try not to kill him, which then inevitably sends him right into the back of him, then killing the driver in front of him. Yeah, Daniel and Hugo both losing a couple of places each there, which I'm sure they're going to be fighting to reclaim. It kind of looks like the Ferrari teams didn't get the memo about running endurance lights today. Because while they've got them installed, I think none of the Ferraris are actually running them.
It's just good strategy.
Yeah, absolutely.
If the other cars can't tell what you're doing, and you don't know what you're doing, then...
It's the Takumi Fujiwara strategy of the blind attack, right? Switch the lights off so that so the other driver doesn't see you in the mirrors. Clearly.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, yeah. Just long enough. Just, you know, just short enough that you don't get disqualified because you're not running with lights. Oh, Sam McCarthy's just set fastest lap! And he's in second.
I'm sure that's going to be making Alex Nunez a little nervous to not have that purple number next to his name and see it by the driver behind him as well. But so far there's about a second gap between them.
Yeah, the field is still very bunched up. Of course, that fastest lap, 2:06.89 versus Alex Nunez's last lap, which is 2:06.935. So that's 0.05 of a second difference.
Yeah, there's barely anything in it, is there? Oh, and as Chase Goodall encounters another issue with the rear end of the Lexus. Into the first corner he goes, and the Lexus just says, "No, sir, I don't like that."
Yeah. Sir, please don't put the power on like that. I can't handle it.
Not there, sir, not there. That's Imre Horvath going down the inside of Erwin Ijsma.
Oh, nice tidy. Hasn't quite got the pass made though, unfortunately.
No,
not yet at least.
Not yet. Nice cut back there from Imre. That was a fantastic move, but on the wrong side of the corners, it seems.
Yeah, and they touched that. Oh, who's moving up the inside there? Is that Christopher Kling?
It is.
Looking to try and take advantage.
Yeah, and Erwin is thinking, yes, please. Yeah, please fight behind me so that I can... so that I can actually run away and keep my position, as Christopher is just like, yes.
Oh, Owen slid through that corner and he's lost a lot of time.
Yeah, lost a lot of time and several positions as well, because I think that's Hakan Roholt through as well. Now past Christopher Kling as well, and that's going to be interesting into turn 1 between Andrei Fedotov there and Chris Kling as well.
They've touched a bit of a slide. Nice recovery.
Yeah, well recovered. Quite lucky that he didn't ram into, I think it was Callum Cohn as well.
Yes, he certainly would not have been happy about that. I don't think it was Alex Cohn. I think it was... Oh, I don't know who it was.
I'm not 100%
Imre
sure.
Horvath? I think it might have been Imre.
Maybe, maybe. Yeah, Imre there lost 2 positions on the entry into the S's. Audi not quite as settled there, and it appears that he had a little bit of an issue there.
Oh, Chase, not again.
Yeah, this
really
time
having a bad time.
This time for position as well from Tom Tweedy.
Yeah, he's really struggling today. Seeing Callum Condy here really pile the pressure onto Christopher Kling after all that's been said and done.
Yeah, both in equal machinery as well. Slightly differently coloured, of course, but car under the paint is the same.
Yes, but did he beat him for the World Championship in equal machinery?
Well, that's what we're going to find out. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Of course, once he's done that, he can go on our broadcast, and whoa, that's quite a power slide.
Yeah, it was so aggressive over the inside curb there.
Yeah, as I was saying, once he's done that, he can come on our broadcast and talk about it every time the driver comes up.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Oh, you know that guy, I actually beat him in equal machinery for a World Championship? Yeah.
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 As long as Christopher Kling goes and wins the next 7.
Yes. That's the important part. Or thereabouts, yeah.
Yeah, something about that.
Well, the first 10 minutes of the race is just about coming to an end as our drivers make their way through the S's for the 4th time. And as Hakon catches a gigantic slide there.
Yeah, they're all having a bit of a slippy slide today. It's great to watch, though. Imagine the top layer of their tyres has all been peeled off.
Yeah, definitely. It's now starting to get blistered and torn apart. Some graining is definitely happening for some of these drivers in these cool temperatures.
Yeah, no doubt. I wouldn't want to be. Wouldn't want to be the guy who has to do the tyres in the team.
No,
That's for sure.
Definitely not. As Callum kind of runs really wide there, which allows Imre Horvath through. And Chase Goodall. Spun around once again.
No. I don't know what to say. I just feel bad for him.
Yeah, those tires must be cooked at that point. Like, only after 10 minutes, you can see just how much the rear of his car is actually struggling to keep anywhere, like, in line with the front of the car.
I mean, I don't want to tell a driver how to drive his car necessarily, but I would say if you're spinning this much and your traction control's on 3 out of 8, maybe you get more time if you had it a bit higher.
Perhaps, yeah. Andrei Fedotov attempting a defense from Christopher Kling, who went so aggressively into turn 1 that he got a really crappy exit out of it with a slide, but somehow just managed to park it on the apex in front of Andrei and keep that position. Oh, that could be a move for position for Imre again.
He's definitely sniffing for a gap. I think he might have it. And he does have it.
Oh, but a fantastic cutback from Callum Cond.
Yeah, but I don't think it's quite done it for him. He was trying to go 3 wide, but Imre has managed to hold him off.
Imre's got that position. It's a question whether Callum can capitalise on the gain that he got from the toe behind Imre.
I don't know, Kiki. I think he's going to get pushed to the outside, and I think that's what's happened.
It is, and he tries to go for the cutback, but then he is in for another 2 left-handers, which make the cutback ineffective. But Andrei Fedosov running wide.
Oh, but he's still got the inside coming up here.
Through the long right-hander around the outside. He managed to actually keep it. Oh, and through he goes.
Oh, that was a long battle. We're over a long corner.
Yeah, that was an entire sector worth of side-by-side action for us.
That was good driving, though. I'd love to see it. And who have we got now?
It's Hakan Roholt just getting past Erwin Ichsma. But then Erwin tries to come back on him. But Hakan has just got it. And up into 4th he goes.
You know, I do believe, Kristian, that Hakan's team have now discovered that if you take the ballast out of the car, it drives better.
By ballast, do you mean the gigantic sandbags that he's been collecting somewhere?
Yes, yes. They've had a chat with Hakan and said, you can't keep your sandbag collection in the car.
You can do it for quali, we don't care, but not for the race, mate. Not for the race.
Yeah. This is where we find out Hakan's been driving in, like, you know, pace car mode.
Yeah. Engine map 3.
I just don't know what it is down the straights. I'm just not getting the power down.
Yeah. It's really weird. They're all just driving away from me all the time. So strange. My fuel economy is fucking awesome, though.
Oh, we're gonna see another race where he runs out of fuel on the final lap because he's planned with the wrong fuel economy.
Oh, we might do. I wonder whether there was a little bit of that sort of fuel map choice as cause of that issue last time round.
Yeah, and look at this. Florent Demeur has made his way past Natan Miziak, and he's definitely shut the door in his face.
Yeah, absolutely. Just placing the Porsche in front of the Porsche.
But Natan might have the run on him. Or he might not. I could be wrong. I'm very wrong.
Well, I think this is brewing up to be a nice battle for the position into turn 1 as well, because of that long straight and the toe. Or I'm full of shit.
That's the same problem I ran into.
Yeah, that gap's opened.
It's Porsche on Porsche action, and as we know anything about the Porsche from recent seasons is down the straights it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Hakan is locked in a big battle with Erwin here. And that is number 189, Callum Kott, with a drive-through for track limits. And earlier we had a driver, I think that was Hugo Holgado, got a drive-through for track limits as well. He is no longer on the track, so the team have decided to pull the car and just thought, the driver's not enjoying it. Let's not force the issue.
No, of course, yeah. Shame though, but yes, that will really hurt Callum's positions, of course, because he's. I mean, there is the. I mean, he'll probably end up with Tom Tweedy and Chase Goodall after the drive is complete.
Yeah, he definitely will. I think it's something in the realms of about 40 seconds to drive through the pit lane here, because it is quite long. It's so easy to pick up the drive-thrus here, though. We did 12-hour race around COTA. Actually, no, was it? Yes, it was 12 hours. It was a 12-hour race around COTA. We collected 3 speed tokens in the first stint, and then managed to keep 11 hours completely clean. And then in the last stint, we got the last token and the drive-through.
Oh man, ouch! That's gotta hurt. I imagine after 11 hours, there's a fair amount of gap being built.
Yeah, I think at that point it was a loss of maybe 1 or 2 positions, one of which we've retaken by the end of the race. So it was quite fortunate that it was only that and not something bigger.
Yeah, how many drivers did you have for that endurance?
I think it was 4 of us for that one. Irvin Ichtsma, DT, track limits. That's the 3rd one so far.
Yeah, it's like we said in qualifying. There's definitely more track limit exploitation that goes in this league than perhaps we're used to.
Yeah, definitely.
Shows how hungry these drivers are. They're willing to break not break, but bend every rule to the limit.
Bend every rule, nibble every sausage.
Drive as wide as possible. Of course, we are seeing Sam McCarthy. He's finally caught up to Alex Nunes, and we're going to see now whether Alex Nunes has got any more sand he can get rid of.
Yeah. That car definitely starting to lose pace a little bit. Alex is already in the 207s.
Sam's up the inside now.
Ooh, good move in that long left-hander.
And he's held it around the outside. He's held it around the outside. He's in the lead.
That's it. Yeah, that was a great move for the lead of the race. Opportunistic. If racing gap, car driver.
Else, not driver.
Yes. True.
I mean, he's definitely got the pace around COTA. He really has got the pace around COTA. And, I mean, he's in silver. And he's just beaten the lead pro.
Yeah, he's definitely found something around COTA in that Porsche. Because those lap times are very, very quick as well. 206s, that's sort of not quite, the top esports levels guys, but not far at all. Maybe this is what was mentioned about our bias for, qualifying that kind of stuff. I wonder.
I have no idea. Honestly.
Chase Goodall exploring the Texan countryside there. Be careful not to get a rattlesnake in your car.
Or your boot. I got a snake in my boot.
There's gold in there in them there hills.
Reach for the sky. To infinity.
And beyond! 20 minutes left. 20 minutes of the race has gone past, and we've lost our minds. Ooh.
We resorted to quoting Toy Story.
Yes. Nathan Mishak there went a little too deep on Florent Damour. And there was a little bit of contact, and then Nathan very kindly, well, I say very kindly, very fairly, returned the position back to Florent. As Chase Goodall.
Just as Chase Goodall now.
Yeah, Chase Goodall just pulls the Chase Goodall. What's happened here to Florent? Is it that long right-hander and the back of the car? Yeah, he just went onto the marbles. The back of the car just went, sorry mate, not got the grip. And off he fucks.
Off he fucks indeed.
Yeah. Number 15 though, he's gained that position on Florent through that spin, and he's going to lose it again through his own fault this time. Drive-through for track limits for Natan Mishak, number 15. Sam McCarthy, meanwhile, has managed to open up a whole second of a gap to Alex Nunez. Their last lap time, Sam was 0.6 seconds exactly quicker than Alex. So something in that Porsche is working really well. I believe it did get a BOP adjustment for COTA specifically in the last update, which was very kind to it, but very good performance there from Sam regardless of that.
Yeah, all our Porsche drivers were, you know, licking their lips and rubbing their hands with that news, knowing that COTA was coming up shortly.
Yeah, I think it was one of those strange sort of like half nerf, half boost where they took away 50 kilos of ballast but nerfed the engine. So the car is like quicker through the corners but slower on the straights.
Oh, we'll certainly have to see.
Chase Goodall finally going into the pits to get rid of whatever's left of those rear tires on that Lexus.
Just a pair of rims with bits of rubber flapping off them at this point, surely.
Yeah, it's got to be. He's had... I wasn't going to say one too many spins, but that's probably something like 10 too many spins. But here's hoping for a better stint too. Because with those fresh tires, that car's going to feel completely different. And he might be ready to put on a show for us.
Well, hopefully a show that doesn't involve spinning round in the car. That would be good.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Well, I mean, regardless of that, it's going to give us something to talk about, isn't it? So we'll see.
No doubt it will, yeah.
Yeah. We've got the two drivers who have gone through their pits. Sorry, the drive-thrus. Callum Conde and Natan Mishak have now emerged quite close to each other, so I think there might be a battle between them two for 11th position.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. It has gone quite quiet on track, as it does tend to happen just before the pit stop.
Yeah, it is this area around the pit stops, and now with only 14 cars on the track, there's just that little bit less action for us to observe. A little bit.
Yeah, the drivers are settling in, the tires are wearing down a bit, so it's not enough grip.
Yeah, it's at this point of the race, you know that you've got a little bit to go for the pit stop, so you just kind of settle in, don't push too hard, protect your position, start mentally getting ready for that change of tires as well. You got to make that adjustment of the pressures, so you're sort of doing some maths in your head as well, probably. Noisy.
Fiddling around with the MFD screen.
Yeah.
Down, click it. What? No, which was? Yeah. Wait, what was it again?
Yeah. Then you go back to it like, oh shit, have I changed this tire already? As you're going around in the middle of the corner.
Yeah. They're probably doing it down the straights if they got any sense. I wouldn't want to be doing the S's while changing the tire pressure settings.
No, no, that's a recipe for a drive-through.
Yeah.
And Jordan Cotton is in the pits. I wonder if he's going to be repairing a little bit of that damage as well from that incident. Those indicators are really cool.
They are cool. Misleading, but cool.
Absolutely misleading. Left, right, left, right, left, right. But, yeah.
What's this lunatic doing? Could we see a pass between Vashalev Bespilotov and Hakan Rohol very soon?
It's entirely possible, because Hakan Rohol has been reeling him in over the last couple of laps, while at the same time sort of trying to fight off Imre Horvath behind. Now, impressively, our silver driver Sam McCarthy is still the only man in the 206s, beating the rest of the field by about half a second right now. So yeah, that deserves a round of applause. Whatever's going on, you know, that man is driving the absolute tits off that Porsche.
He absolutely is. I just can't fathom where all this speed has come from. You know, because considering he's in silver and he is at current beating everybody.
Yeah.
Especially the AMs.
Yeah, especially the AMs, yeah.
Do you think he's done a bit of pracky? Bit more pracky than everyone else?
It probably has been a little bit of pracky. Maybe knowing that there's not going to be that many drivers around, he was just like, oh yeah, this is where I'm going to collect all my points.
He's definitely going to get points if he keeps this up.
He definitely is. Oh, you can just see in the mirror of Vyacheslav Bespilotov the Lambo of Hakan Rohol.
Yeah, the Lambo. But he's also having to work the wheel really hard as he comes out of every corner. He's really having to fight for every ounce of grip.
Yeah, those rear tires must be getting quite warm and quite worn as well.
Yeah, definitely looks like we could be seeing a pass soon. Okay, Hakon, never mind.
Never mind. There has been a pass though, and Imre Horvath is now through, and he's going to be the one attacking Vyacheslav Bespilotov now.
Yeah, I don't think Hakon's going to be far behind though, unless he keeps running wide.
No, the man who ran wide there, Vyacheslav.
He's kept it for now. He was up the inside. Is he going to hold on? He's definitely struggling with grip at this point, but he hasn't got much choice.
No, and while Imre and Hakan are trying to take as much of the track as possible, Vyacheslav just decides to go, no, not worth it. Just go into the pits.
He's going for the overcut. I think he's kind of going on the... I mean, I guess he's going on the assumption that my tyres are screwed. I don't want to drive like this anymore.
Yeah.
But we could also imply that he's thought the strategy through. He's thought that Hakon and Imre are going to be fighting for position for this whole lap. So when he's on his out lap, he's got the time to get quicker.
Yeah, and of course the track is quite free today, so there's good chance of getting out into a clear spot, being able to warm up your tires and then put in those lap times.
It's time to mention that Imre is now in first position as Sam McCarthy and Alex Nunez are also in the pits.
Yeah, and I think they're just coming out of the pits now. Sam McCarthy still in front of Alex Nunez.
Just about.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about. I mean, Alex must have just decided I'm going to pit when he pits.
Yeah,
must have been so close together already.
I mean, they both also pitted at exactly the midpoint of the race, so it's the optimum time probably to jump into the pits.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense.
Yeah. Also, realistically, they don't really care which one of them finishes in front. As long as they're the two in P1 and 2, they're both in different classes, so they're getting maximum points regardless of their actual finishing position. So...
yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if Sam wants it for the clout.
No, absolutely. It's all for the clout at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, they are racing.
Yeah.
I know they're not racing for class position, but they definitely would want to race for overall position because they can't help themselves.
Yeah.
And we see Hakan now making his way into the pits and almost missing
very
the pit
wide.
entrance.
As Alex Nunez gets those fresh tyres, and it seems that on the fresh tyres, that Mercedes has got a little bit more than the Porsche.
Oh yeah, but is it still gonna happen? Sam is definitely holding around the outside. Yeah, he's made the pass cleanly.
Yeah. There he goes. Alex Nunez now back in top dog position. As the top three now, all in the pits. Imre Horvath, Hakan Roholt and Christopher Kling.
Now the question is, of course, we've seen it already. Alex Nunez setting very fast times on fresh tyres. That if the previous half of the race is anything to go by, he does tend to fall off.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
And he's definitely going to have to fall off if he's just going to be constantly under pressure from Sam McCarthy like he is right now.
Yeah, now the question is, what exactly is Sam thinking in the cockpit of that Porsche? Is he thinking, I just want to be in front of that Mercedes right now, leading the race for as long as I can? Or is he sort of patient enough to go, I know his pace is going to drop off because I've seen it happen. I know that I'm going to be able to retake that position in about 10 minutes time when the tires sort of started getting worn. What's going on through Sam's head right now is it must be fascinating.
Yeah, it must really be fascinating.
However, the gap opening up a little bit still. Well, time to let the autopilot take back over.
Right, where are we going on the autopilot? We're looking at Imre again.
We are looking at Imre.
Who's managed to hold on to that position from Hakan. Of course, now they are on fresh tyres. There's nothing to say that you can't just hold on to it.
Yeah. Thanks, autopilot. You've just missed an overtake. Good job. It was...
Hooray!
Let's go back to manual for this one, because it is Tom Tweedy getting past Andrei Fedotov, or the other way around, and then something happens. Yep, there he goes.
He was in too deep, and he was trying to keep the car on the track and his head from going under.
Not quite managed that. Tom, of course, starting from the pit lane up to P7, still yet to pit, but he will have gained a couple of positions there for sure. Just under 25 minutes left in this race. Little bit of a lull in action as well. I wonder whether the drivers are feeling the same. And we might see some loss of concentration or sort of something similar to that. And perhaps some mistakes. Oh.
Oh, talking of mistakes, that was a big one.
That was a big one from Daniel Kurowski, going straight through the S's. Also, another mistake that's happened at the same time. Hakan Roholt's picked up a drive-through.
Oh, that's not good at all for his race. Not good at all. That will put him very far back.
Yeah, that's his race with Imre. Well, if not ruined completely, at least put on pause until Imre gets his drive-through, because it seems to be the theme of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, it's such a shame though, because Hakan has fought all his way, all the way up from 7th, and it's
Yeah.
just effectively binned it.
Yep.
These smaller fields don't give you much room to make mistakes. It's not like in a 40-car field where you're just going to fall back to midfield.
Yeah, here, because it is still quite tight behind them as well, it's just going to be falling down the order. And he's going to be right towards the end.
Oh, Tom Tweedy misses the pit lane.
So he did a 360 and...
I called it. I called it before the race. We were going to see drivers completely miss that pit entrance. And there we go.
Imagine being the driver going for that apex and just seeing the headlights of a Porsche just going straight against you, just thinking, what the fuck?
Ah, yes. Thank you, Autopilot. We stare at Tom Tweedy out of focus.
You know what the saddest part is? That was actually my control.
Oh, right, okay. You could have said nothing.
I could have said nothing. I could have just rolled with it, blamed the autopilot, and it would have been fine.
Hakan Roholt has served his drive-through now and has come back out in 7th, which is where he started.
All that work through the last 40 minutes, all the overtakes, only to end up exactly where he started.
Yeah. I don't know how many drivers actually... Well, yeah, well, he started in 8th, but of course, we have lost a few drivers since the start of the race.
Yeah, I want to say about 3 or 4 drivers have actually departed us. Decided that, you know, maybe driving isn't for them for today.
No. R.I.P. See, one driver who's decided I think that driving is for him today is Daniel Karofsky, who's gained 4 positions since the start of the race.
That's a good result. I mean, starting from 13th and now up to 9th, he's got to be pretty pleased with that. That's for sure. And so has Tom Tweedy, actually. He's gained 4 positions from 16th to currently 12th.
Yeah, not to take it away from him, because he has been driving fairly well.
Yeah.
He did start in 16th, and there's now only 13 drivers.
So 3 of those positions are just by the virtue of people disappearing.
Yes.
Let's not think about that for too long.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's points, but also it just shows you the power of just sticking with it. You get more points just because you were in the race.
Yeah, exactly. You were in the race and you actually bothered to finish it. So there you go. You deserve the points.
Yeah. Looking at the, I'm just looking at the leaderboard right now, and we're seeing that Sam McCarthy just hasn't quite picked up the pace as yet.
No, not quite. Not quite. It has been 10 minutes since their pit stop. So, well, just under 10 minutes, I want to say. So there's still plenty of life in the tires, and that Merc seems to be really on the pace, because he's just grabbed the purple lap time on the last lap as well, 206.2. Which is very close to the qualifying times, so clearly something working in that car.
Do you think his team just chucked an energy drink into his window at the pit stop?
Maybe.
Alex, you're not a top performer. Drink this.
Yeah. Maybe a Snickers as well. You're not you when you're hungry.
Yeah. It could have also unhooked all the sandbags that were attached to the rear of the car.
Also entirely possible. But I'm not going to lie to you. I think Sam's going to be back with a vengeance in a couple of laps' time. Because that gap is ever so slightly sort of decreasing around 1.7 it was a couple of seconds ago, 1.3 moments ago, now up to 1.5. Sam really pushing, I think.
Definitely is.
Let's have a check-in with some of our drivers who we haven't quite spent a lot of time with. Florian Damour sitting in 8th position. So far an okay race for him, I think.
Yeah, it's been okay. It's gained a
This motherfucker's trying to steal
gained a few positions. He started in 11th. He's now 8th.
Dude.
Yeah, a couple of positions gained. Decent race for him so far. And ever since his pit stop, Chase Goodall has not been spun around, so something about the new tire is definitely helping the stability of that car.
Yes, like features such as having tread.
Yeah. Actual tires, not just rims.
See, I can't.
It's funny how grip changes when you have grip.
Yeah, odd one that, huh?
Yeah, didn't think of that before.
Ah, yes. The grip is made of grip.
Yes. The grass is made of grass.
I was going to make some sort of a touch grass joke, but then I realized that if we told any of our drivers to touch grass, they could just spin out again, so...
Yeah, talking of, Chase Goodall runs wide.
Nearly touches grass there, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely went outside. The track limits, but outside.
Add all of them. You literally
Yeah. I don't think it's a good idea to tell our drivers to go touch some grass.
No, probably not. We might
At all.
we might lose our jobs through that as well.
So, looking at this thing,
Yeah, Callum Condy is
I think it's
getting chased down by Nathan Mizak as he has a bit of a slide coming through the second last corner.
Yeah, that gap has been slightly decreasing over the last couple of laps, and...
Well, we talked about it, and it has happened again.
we have to watch it. We have to watch it for the sake of Chase Goodall. Turn 1. Woohoo!
Wait, hold on. I've seen this before.
Yeah. I'm getting a strange feeling of deja vu.
Yeah. I've been in this place before.
Higher on the streets. I don't actually
Yes.
know any more of the lyrics.
No, I've listened to that song a few times. I'm still not sure what the rest of the lyrics are.
No. There's definitely a lot of deja vu.
Yeah, there is. I have other sound clips I could use as well.
Oh.
Just gotta... Still watching Callum. As Nathan chases him down.
Yeah, there's a move. There's a move on the cards here for sure. As down the
switchback.
inside and into the switchback. Nice switchback from Callum there.
Yeah, definitely
Oh!
saw that. Oh no!
Tommy, you're licking the car!
Nathan, you're breaking the car!
Yeah,
I mean, that's one way to get past, isn't it?
yeah. Just push.
Yeah. Yeah. They're probably on the radio to Nathan just right now, just like, Nathan, when we said push, we didn't mean literally.
Yeah.
And mode push,
Absolutely.
mode push.
Mode push, mode push.
Ooh, number 808 Vyacheslav Bespilotov, another victim of the track limits. DT.
Oh, well. Not good for him. Of course, it's interesting to see where he ends up relative to Hakan Roholt, who, of course, also suffered a DT.
I feel like saying suffered a DT is maybe a little generous. I mean, it is, after all, self-caused, isn't it?
Yeah. Try and spin it that you're using the older form of the word, you know, like
Yeah.
to allow.
Yeah.
To suffer, to allow.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Something that's been transpiring over the last lap or two, though, is Sam McCarthy is now catching Alex Nunez again.
Ooh. Exciting times are coming.
The pace is definitely in Sam's hands right now.
Where's this coming from? His tyres wear down and he gets quicker.
I don't know.
It's just not right.
I just ain't right.
That boy ain't right.
That boy ain't right. I got my 6-shooter here. I'm gonna put some light in his bolt. Not there. In his head. Yeah. We're from Texas.
Yes.
Copy.
Cappy. That just reminded me of all those capybara memes. It's just like, oh, Cappy slay. Capybara no ugly. Capybara cool.
Somebody just completely fucking sends it.
Sorry, I've just noticed a certain other server has implemented a load of soundboard items.
There's plenty of good ones in there.
Yeah.
The server that shall not be named.
No.
In other news, on Tuesdays, we commentate for this league.
Join us there if you want more of this shenanigans.
Yeah! Every Tuesday, 9:30 PM UK time.
You can watch Hakan Royal race there as well.
Yeah! You can watch him collect drive-thrus.
Want more of the same?
Do you
So-
not have enough?
Are you not being entertained? So Vyacheslav Bespilotov did end up slotting in behind Hakan Roholt. And by slotting, I mean being 10 seconds behind him.
Yeah, that's a sizable gap, because they were quite a bit closer to each other before Hakan got his drive-through, so something somewhere has not gone so well for Vyacheslav. And I don't mean just the drive-through. Hakan, meanwhile, has caught up to Andrei Fedotov. And he's really trying to push him now. There's a significant difference in pace here between Andrei and Hakan. It's just about finding the overtaking place without either collecting more speed tokens or without murdering Andrei for Hakan. He's got a wider entry into there, so he should be carrying a bit more speed down that back straight. Just jumps into the slipstream there to try to gain a couple extra kilometers an hour. Now they're side by side, and down the inside goes Hakan Roholt.
He's working his... Oh, he's not quite made that stick just yet, but I think he will. Yes, he does.
He saw that he was just far enough ahead to be able to power out to the outside of that corner. Just cut Andre off there very beautifully, and Andre has now lost a position, but also not lost a position because that wasn't actually for class points. No big deal, just experience.
Yes, but actually no.
Yeah. No, but yes. Yes, but no.
Yeah. Oh. It's definitely been a back and forth race today. As we're coming into the final minutes.
Yeah, last 7 minutes and 18, 17, 16 seconds. I'm not going to count for the rest of the race, don't worry.
That is the rest of the stream. I'm just reading numbers.
Ooh, Alex Nunes is going to lose a lot of time there, hitting those curbs on the outside of the corner just before the long straight, losing about 6/10.
It's not going to help against Sam, because Sam, of course, is going to get a higher top speed. But he is in a Porsche. Having just realised that, he is in a Porsche. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I'm just having a quick look at the speed trap data. And the Porsche, indeed, one of the slower cars around COTA today in terms of top speed. 260 k's an hour as compared to 264 of Alex Nunes' Mercedes.
Well, I am absolutely shocked with that news.
Yeah.
Talking of shock, another drive-through.
Are we shocked? Oh, yeah. Unfortunate there for Florent.
What I want to know at this point, how many of our drivers have not had a drive-through?
I think if we have a look at the statistics and we look at the pit count, it's the top 4 currently have not had a drive-through. Hakan is the highest placed driver who has served a drive-through. Then Andre has not had to do one, and then Daniel Kurowski just behind Florent is another driver who's not had to serve a drive-through. And then Chase Goodall also not had to serve a drive-through because every time he goes off the track limits, he seems to spin.
Can't gain time if you're going backwards.
That's logic right there. Ha! Flawless!
So just waiting for him. And my question for Florent is he going to make the pit entry? Here he goes. Oh, he has to lock up there to make it.
He's got the souvenir, I think. Does he have the souvenir? No, I think he's deposited it over there at the start of the start of the pit lane.
Oh, that's a bad idea. You'll see all the teams coming out and starting a fracas fighting over the souvenir.
Yeah. Punch-ups in the pit lane in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's it's just a bad idea. You've got to keep it on the car, strategically place it somewhere. Grab it, get it on eBay quickly and sell it before any other team gets a chance.
Yeah, of course, that's the prime way to improve your team's budget, because, you know, selling stuff on eBay, totally not in the budget cap.
No. Not at all. I don't think Sam McCarthy's going to catch Alex Nunes, I'm going to be honest. I think Alex is pulled this one off.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. Alex has also just done the best lap of his stint, I believe at 270. The temperature has dropped another degree. So whether that has played into the tire settings or anything like that and not quite favoured Sam in the second stint, it's entirely possible. His lap times are slower than in the first stint, so Maybe he's just there cruising for a bruising. Maybe he's got 3 speed tokens already deposited in his speed token account and just doesn't want to push it.
Yeah, it could be. Could have. That's what he's been used to get in the position he has. Is Hackenroll going to take another position?
Definitely looks like he's going to try.
Andrei Fedotov. Sweat pouring out.
Yeah, you don't want the Hakan in the Huracan breathing down your can.
They're talking of breathing down. He's just gone for it.
Just... I'll have that position, thank you very much.
Yeah. Oof. He is a man on a mission, having had that drive-through. He wants every position back he can get.
He just fucking went for it. What a legend. What a bold, brave overtake at this point of the race.
Yeah. I wonder how Andrei feels about that move.
Yeah. He's probably thinking, hey, that's... How? How's he ahead of me now? Oh.
Where all that... Oh, no.
A reverse Porsche. Surprised that's not a Lexus, to be fair. Anyways. Alex Nunes has just entered the final lap. It's about...
Now, barring any complete fuck-ups, he's got this.
Yeah, he really should do, but... We've still got the S's to go, and that technical section, and a lot of braking zones. Prime areas for fuck-ups around this track.
Yeah, and plenty of sausage. Plenty of sausage to make your day worse.
Of course, those anti-cut sausages on the exits of some of those corners are very, very aggressive.
Yeah, famously, this is where Abby Eaton did break her back.
Yeah.
Taking the sausage curb.
Quite literally back-breaking size of sausage curbing, which, you know, probably not the best idea to have on a racetrack, but...
No, I quite happily see all sausage curbs go.
Yeah.
And replaced with just weight sensors that tell the stewards if they've cut the corner too many times.
He has been taking the piss here, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd much prefer that than physically harming drivers.
Yeah, absolutely. Or we could just go the other way and just end the suffering altogether and just put a landmine there.
There's some kind of international convention about not doing those kinds of things.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some sort of an agreement, but that's fine. The FIA can overrule.
Yeah, as they do, because they'll have some rule somewhere that says the FIA has ultimate authority over all racetracks.
Yeah, of course. And Alex Nunes takes the lead off the race and has the checkered flag going. That is his win that he's taken, followed by Sam McCarthy for the silver class.
Just want to call out Callum Condy there, because he blatantly came to a slow and let Alex Nunes past him so he could go across the line.
Yeah, he's probably thinking, I am fucking fed up of this track already. Thank you very much.
And look at the guy behind him as well. Oh, he's gone straight to pits.
Yeah.
Good race, good race.
Good race. I have to say, even though there was slightly less cars on track, I still quite enjoyed it. It wasn't quite as action-packed as it normally is, but I think it allowed us to follow some of the stories a little better. Like Chase Goodall being the wrong way around. Maybe. And here's just some wild thinking. Maybe Chase, because he's American, on his Lexus he's only selected the turn left option. So to go through the right-handers, he had to spin around and actually go through them backwards.
Yes. That.
Yeah.
The track is made of track.
Yes. The car's made of car.
Yes. No, I think it's just he's obviously had struggles
Yeah.
with the power delivery on the Lexus, and it's just not behaved today.
Yeah,
See,
it is a big V8 with some not so modern electronics to support it, and there he goes to take 13th in the end.
well, good on him. He kept going. He didn't give up.
and then he
And
provided
he's not hit a
us.
wall.
Then he provided us with that, so it was all worth it.
That was Chase Goodall. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Just trying to figure out if we can grab some people. We can probably grab Alex Nunes. I'm sure he's going to be happy to talk to us, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And Sam.
And Sam. I think that's it must be the correct Sam.
Yeah.
Hello, gentlemen. Congratulations on your respective class wins. I have to say, we were locked in to watching your battle for the overall lead of the race, and it was fantastic entertainment. Thank you for providing us with an hour of really good fun racing.
Wasn't scripted, I'll tell you that.
I don't know
Sure.
about Alex, but that was hard work.
Yeah, it was. It was. Oh, all sweaty here, so. Wasn't
Yeah.
expecting to be that high on pace.
Well, you-
It started to feel good in qualifying. So from then on, first stint Sam had a better run, managed to fly through, but on the second one the lap times were coming in. So,
Yeah. So well, let's talk about that a bit because, of course, Sam, you were in the lead for a good part of the first half of the race prior to the pits, and it felt like, Alex, you were struggling with the car a little bit.
yeah. I don't know what it was. I think I did exactly the same. But
it
it's
felt
just
like
I just couldn't put the times down.
it felt like Alex was better at the start and end of the stints, like when the tyres weren't out to pressure yet. Like on the first lap of the race, he was sort of pulling away from me, and I was struggling a bit with the colder tyres. And then I started to sort of reel him in, and then he started to catch up with me as the tyres went off at the end of the stint. And then obviously he got by me after the pit stops fairly quickly, because again I was struggling with the tyres not being heated up, but this time I just wasn't able to sort of reel him back in. I also did manage to get myself 2 track limits on 1 lap after the pit stop, which put me up to 3, so I had to be a little bit careful not to get a drive through beyond
Ouch.
that point as well.
Yeah. I just had the one, so had
Yeah.
a bit of a breather.
I was
think
wondering
that
whether
played.
that was making a difference in the overall lap times for Sam as well. A little bit of playing it safe.
Yeah, and also we've had some complaints about our journalistic integrity, so we're just gonna have to ask you guys the hard-hitting questions. What's your favorite kind of locomotive?
Well, if I had trains where I live, I'd probably give you an answer, but since I don't, that's gonna be hard. It'd be hard to answer.
I'm just looking if we've got another question there from our journalistic skills.
I'd have to go with Steam, because they're cool, like old stuff. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, weather is the other option. How did you enjoy the weather today at COTA? Well, it was a bit different to normal, cool weather and darkness. So how do you find that, and the change from sort of the usual driving to what we had today?
I think the hardest part is really the darkness, especially if you go from practicing. I mean, practice was actually in the dark, which was nice, but Then qualifying was like going into darkness, so it was pretty light, and I think sometimes I get a bit confused with the braking points once it goes dark, but it kind of went okay. So I always like to when people shuffle things a bit.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to do a race. You know, not just in the middle of the day like normal. I feel like COTA, I didn't really have too much trouble with it being dark at all. I mean, I did practice in the dark, so I guess I got used to it. The only one place I had an issue was once or twice in the braking zone at the end of the back straight. I got a bit lost as to where I was and like panicked that I'd gone past the braking point and braked a bit early. That happened to a couple of times, I think, but no, all in all, it's not a bad track to drive at night at all. You can see fairly well, so.
Well, thank you very much for all that information and the insight into your fight, and congratulations, because you both earn maximum points for today. So, yeah, well done, you two.
Gotta take it when
Thank you.
when the fast boys aren't in.
Yeah, same with a couple of my competitors for.
Yeah, we're not really sure why, because this is definitely the prime motorsports event of the day.
Nothing else worth watching on.
No.
A couple of people I'm normally racing with are actually like busy this weekend. It was just bad luck, but it was also for me as well. The 992 received a fairly significant buff at COTA a week or two ago. Otherwise, I don't think I would have been as fast. They took 50 kilos out of it, so it's quite a big difference.
I believe that.
I don't know why they took 50 kilos out of it, but they did.
It's clearly to provide you with a good opportunity to fight for an overall win. Yeah.
And look after your sandbag collection as well.
Yeah.
You've been talking to Forrest, haven't you?
I feel like if we didn't mention it at least once, I'd
Yeah.
get another message. That being said, plenty of train talk this week.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you very much, guys. We'll let you go and enjoy the pleasure that has been, dark COTA.
Yeah,
All right, thanks very much.
See ya.
Right. Well, I've got to say, I thoroughly actually enjoyed that that race. It was really nice. I had a good time.
It was good. I definitely need to figure out where the the track limits are.
Giving the random,
And only use it 3 times.
Yeah. That's one of those things that really has affected the race significantly today, has been the track limits. I mean, it is what we expected, of course, but
Yeah.
Well, that's been COTA, and next time we're going to see you next Sunday, 25th, for Suzuka.
Yes.
What a track that is. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more takers and a significantly higher uptake. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, I have to say.
130R a week.
Yeah! Looking forward to it already. Well, thanks to
Yeah.
everybody for watching. And this has been Kristian Kott and Alex Robinson for Circuit of the Americas. And, yeah, have a good rest of the night.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.